Welcome to the DevExpress Learn Now series, a set of quick tutorials to help you get started using DevExpress controls. In this video, we'll show you how to set up a master detail representation for the DevExpress Silverlight grid control using data bound with WCF RIA Services. So let's get started. We'll start with a new application. In the New Project dialog, select the DevExpress Silverlight application. Make sure that the application is hosted in a new website, so we'll keep this checked. This is where we'll create the data connection service. Let's not forget to enable WCF RIA Services by checking it at the bottom. Our project wizard opens to help guide you through the setup of your app. Let's deselect any unnecessary controls and make sure to include a grid control using the table layout. Once the project has been created, we'll hide the layout column that's supposed to display a navigation control and run the application to see its initial state. You'll see a simple grid control with some test data in it. Now let's add some data. Choose Project, Add New Item. Select Data and then choose ADO.NET Entity Data Model. Click Add, and then we'll want to generate our data from a database. Click Next, and then specify a connection to the Northwind database. Next, we'll select the categories and products tables. Click Finish, and you'll notice the generated tables that will serve as the detail and master. Also pay attention to the products navigation property that'll be used to specify data binding for the detail grid. Rebuild the application to make the generated model discoverable. Now let's add a domain service class to the web application. In the wizard, make sure that the previously generated data model is selected and then check both the category and product entries in the checklist. Click OK to finish the wizard. Switch to the designer and use the Properties window to access the grid settings. We'll need to reset the item source property to get rid of the test data. Then we'll specify a name for the grid so that we can access it in code later. Switch to Code View. First, we'll need to add a using statement to provide access to the domain service class object used for data connection. Then add the following lines of code to bind the grid to the categories table. If we run the application now, we'll see that the master data is now loaded into the grid. Let's go back to the code view and add one more line of code to load detail data. Now, let's set a few properties for the master detail data representation. Set the detail descriptor property to data control detail descriptor so that the detail is represented by another grid control. We'll need to initialize the descriptor's data control property as well. Finally, specify the detail data connection using the item's source path property that should be set to products, the name of the navigation property that was generated when we set up the grid's data source. We can now run the application to see the grid control displaying master detail data. Detailed data will be represented with a grid control. Now let's add a second detail that will display the same data using a chart control. The two details will be placed within a tabbed container so that end users can easily switch between them. The first step is best done in XAML. Add tab view detail descriptor and its detail descriptor's property tags to code and move the previously created detail grid into it. We'll copy and paste. Then we'll review these changes in the Properties window. The grid's detail descriptor property is now set to the newly declared tab descriptor, and you can access its child descriptor collection editor. In the collection editor window, add another detail, content detail descriptor. This detail type is specially designed to display any custom control within details. Once the second detail has been added, initialize its content template property and have it point to a data template with a chart control in it. Review the chart controls code. Make sure the chart control is bound to data via the product's navigation property, much like the grid control detail. The 2D bar diagram will display unit price values for different products. Now run the application again, and we'll see how each master row has two details within a tabbed container. The only issue is that the tab headers are empty, so we'll need to specify their content. For content detail descriptor, the tab content is specified via the header content property. For detail grids, it's not as straightforward because the tab name also identifies the grid within the group panel, filter panel, and so on. So we'll need to specify the detail view's detail header content property. Once all properties are set, we can run the application one more time and see that our tabs are now populated with the appropriate data. Thanks for watching. Let's see what develops.